Over the last 6 days, I made $7,800 and I didn't use a single indicator. No RSI, no MACD, and no moving averages. Just price action, structure, and one simple framework that kept me consistent for years. The strategy is built entirely around what the market is really doing, not what indicators say about it. Every day I look for where liquidity is sitting, when it's getting taken, and when and how price reacts after. Once I see the market take out stops and flip the structure, I know where smart money is moving, and that's where I get in. No signals and no guessing, just clean visual confirmation and a clear trading plan. This week I used that process to take up to 5 trades. Now I had 4 wins and 1 small loss. The result? 7,800 in profit. If you're tired of cluttered charts and analysis paralysis, this might be the cleanest strategy you've ever seen. The strategy, very simple, and if you watch all the way to the end of this video, you should definitely be able to pass your very own funded challenge. So this is the NAS 100 intraday strategy, 5-minute time frame. The trading session would be 10 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. London time. Our risk to reward will always be 1 to 2 R. We won't go for any more. If it's not equivalent to 1 to 2 R, we're just going to skip the trade. The max trades we're going to be looking for is 1 trade per session or 1 trade per day. So you can only take 1 trade per day. You can maybe have up to 3 trades a week. The setup criteria is flexible, and what we basically look for is a liquidity sweep, fair value gap. We don't look for a Fibonacci zone. We actually enter off of order blocks. You can use a Fibonacci if you really need to, but it's not likely. Our entry and execution, again, we're going to look for a order block, a market structure shift, a break of structure, and a liquidity sweep. So if you want, you can take a picture of this. So there you go. You could just come back to this video and you can check out how the strategy actually moves. So let's get into this. Very simple. So we're just gonna start sketching this up, and again, if you want us to pass and manage your funded challenge guaranteed, you don't pay a single penny until you do get that payout. Click the first link in the description. Remember, you keep 70% of the profits and we take 30%. So as you can see, normal price action. We're only going to be looking for sells. So most importantly, we want to be able to identify a liquidity sweep. There we go. Boom. So there doesn't always need to be one, but if we do have a liquidity sweep, again, this adds to your confirmation. This adds to your confluence on the trade, and it's it's very important, I would say. So after a liquidity sweep, it would be nice to see a market structure shift with a displacing leg. So just like this. So what we could also do with that, we can have a order block right here, resting, just waiting to be retraced into. Once it get retraced into, boom, we're gonna enter from that level. We're gonna go short position. We'll put our stop loss just above the high or just above here. As you can see, just to clear spreads on NAS 100, and we'll target 1 to 2 R every single time. And if you do this daily, at least 3 times a week, that's consistency, okay? And we're all about consistency on this channel. So 1 to 2 R, most consistent range you can target, the most consistent ratio you can actually target. So as you can see, that's exactly how it works. And again, if you want us to pass and manage your funded challenge, click the first link in the description. Now, we've actually helped hundreds of traders secure funding and a payout without ever paying a single penny upfront and without ever lifting a finger, which is the beauty of our service. So click the first link in the description and let us help you out. But let's waste no time and let's get straight into this example. So you can see we have beautiful price action here. You can see the market it's on a downtrend. It's distributing towards the downside. So let's try and get along with this trend. So let's just see what the market does. Okay, cool. So you can see right about here, if we actually go back, boom. So this is what it means. So we want to find a liquidity sweep, and this here, it can be a liquidity sweep. If we go on a lower time frame, you can see it did take out some liquidity. On the 1 minute time frame, it took out lots and lots of liquidity. Boom. So what it actually created then was a auto block right here. So if you can see right here, boom, we have an auto block just resting right here. And again, we're going to look for a market structure shift. So we can see we did have a market structure shift, but let's wait to see if it displaces. So it kind of did displace it. It didn't happen immediately, but you can see we do have strong movements towards the downside. There's probably a bit of, price action going on in here, which is causing the market to react kind of slowly. It's probably going to come into these levels, come back into our entry point, and then it's going to distribute. But yeah, there's a bit of consolidation going on here, which is causing the market to react a bit, weak. So again, we enter off of the 50% zone like this. So the 50% zone of the order block, we could put our stops just above the high like that. That's perfect. We can rest it right above there, and we target a easy 1 to 2. So we put our stops just like this, and we target an easy 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. So let's actually see how this trade does end up playing out. As you can see, it comes back into our entry point, and then after some time, it does end up distributing towards the downside. So it does end up going a tiny bit lower than 1 to 2R. As you can see, it does end up reversing, and it distributes even lower. So that would have been a perfect trade. 1 to 2R set you up for the day. And again, if you follow this every day, you could potentially get at least 3 trades in a week and pass your challenge. So if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.